Hi, my name is Sabrina, and I want to ask that question to you today. What is Fitline? Have you heard about Fitline before? Is it a who? Is it a she? Is it he? What is it? Like, is it something like a scam or something we can really seriously trust? Something we should maybe consider for ourselves or lay aside and maybe move on to something different? And this is something I want to talk about today because I was in the same position as probably you right now watching this video, that I was not, sure about what Fitline is and if it's something I can trust and really use for myself, because I got introduced to this by my husband back in the days where he was coming home from a presentation so excited. And you have to imagine, I was the skeptical wife. Like, I was such a bad timing because I was so stressed out. I was in the midst of studying for my last exams for my bachelor degree. And so I had no really eye or ear or openness for it. And so he was so excited about it, though, that he said, okay, then I'm going to try it for myself. And he just seemed after a while so happy with it that I was just very curious and irritated by it. And, you have to know that whenever he introduced this to me, I was actually at a stage, I had low energy because I was so stressed out. I barely could sometimes go to my training at night, after work, or even like I had a lot of hormonal issues because I was so stressed out. It was a digestive, I always say, disaster that I had. Just a lot of things that had a toll on also Danny and my relationship, where I came home often very in a bad mood. And so it was not a good time. But anyway, he was trying it out for himself and he got those results. He was so happy with it, as I said. And then I was like, you know what? Is there any information about this? Okay, I'm going to be open and just listen at least and give it a chance. This was kind of what I thought in my head, but still, having this total skepticism. And so I was learning about these products that they were promoting, and, they call it Optimal-Set. And, this is what kind of they showed me. So like these 3 products. And, they were saying, yeah, this is kind of a drink in the morning and a drink at night concept that you do. So I was just like, okay, what is this about? And they were sharing about this Activize. And by the way, again, the brand is Fitline. So they were sharing about this Activize. And, they said this is supposed to be your natural energy. It's giving you a metabolism, boost to just kind of help you feel more energized, focused, and concentrated. And also just helps you to just, have your blood cells better, let's say, filled with oxygen. And I was like, okay, sounds interesting, but why would I need this? Like, what does it do? I mean, I'm an athlete. That's my background. I train, I move often. I have a healthy diet. To my knowledge, that it was. And so I asked, why do I need this? Can you just say what the difference is? And so, they were saying there are 3 reasons why, we need, let's say, natural supplements and to really just consider to really not only rely on normal food, but also help our body with different substances. And I was like, okay. One, they said, was that there is so much food, food masses in production that they not even take care about the quality, but about the quantity more so. And so with the quality decreasing, I said, yeah, okay, it might be a little decrease in quality, but they showed me source of a Swiss, I think it was like a company from Switzerland that did like a study about this from a long time study. And it was shocking to me how much the decrease of, like, for example, vitamin in like a banana has decreased, or like even in an apple. And so that got my attention. I said, okay, that makes sense. But also he said that, just look at our everyday performance that we have to, and our duties that we have to really go after. Like, we're so stressed out. And he got me. I was stressed out because I was in a situation where I was, studying for my exam. And so yeah, that was me kind of. And so, I can imagine like all these moms out there, parents or teachers, or, just the everyday duties that we have that really get us stressed out and worried and constantly. And so, these were points where I said, okay, it makes sense to consider at least like supplements. And so, while talking about this Activize, he was asking me, okay, can I challenge you, because this Activize, they said you will feel it within 5 minutes. And I was just like, okay, 5 minutes, that's a bold statement. So, okay, now I'm going to try it as well for sure, because I want to prove that it's, possibly not working. And so they gave me like this glass with a spoon, and, I was opening this thing, and, this is like a, powder form. So you have 3 scoops of this. And they said actually, because why is this pulverized, right? He was saying, I will explain later. So I was drinking this, and, I was saying, okay, let's go on with the other products, and then I'm going to see if I feel it within 5 minutes. The next product they said was the basics, together with the Activize. That's what you drink in the morning as a power cocktail, so to speak. So directly when you wake up, for example. So here you see it's like all the fruits and veggies on this, product. And they said, this is kind of the natural toothbrush for your intestine in the morning. Interesting kind of description, but it kind of helps cleanse out the digestive system so that you can just separate better between good and bad food. You have better immune system support. You just have more vitality. And I was like, okay, that makes total sense. And they told me about this concept called Take 5, which means you have to take 5 portions of fruits and veggies every single day in order to really have your body supplied with what it needs. And I've heard about this before, but it just confirmed that. So, and I said, but why is this pulverized? Like, what is real? How do they do this? And that it's literally just chopped, dried, pulverized fruits and veggies, just packaged in this. So, really interesting concept and idea, because I never had fruits and veggies pulverized in a concept and knew this. So, and the next one is very special as well, where they said, this is the Restorate. So this is what you take at night. And actually just, again, open up the package, put it in a glass and, water, stir it, and drink it zip by zip. And so I was like, what is this for? They said, this is like your mineral drink. This is what will help you get to sleep faster. And that helps you sleep better and deeper so that you feel more restored, better energized in the morning to just, be ready for your day. And so, also, it helps just, if you have an overstored body, because they said everything what is sweet makes your body sour. So this kind of, is the reverse side, helps you to just have a good, I think it's called pH balance in your body. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. So drink in the morning, drink at night. That's the concept. And one thing that learning about this Activize thing was that I literally felt it. Like after they've gone through these products, I felt my ears were a little bit tingling. Then I had like this warmth feeling, and I was seeing like that my arms would get a little bit of redness, because I'm always like on the computer. So probably like, my hands need a little bit more oxygen. I don't know, but I felt it. I felt more concentration, focused. I was just present in the moment. And it's a different feeling. I don't know, you probably have drunk coffee before, but for me, it was so different, because with coffee, I always feel like so sometimes hyper, because I'm very sensitive to caffeine. And so, I would go up and down. But with this, I just didn't feel this like stress or this like adrenaline so much. I was just feeling present and focused. So it was a different kind of energy that I got from it. So really interesting. So I said, okay, you got me with this. So, but what does make this so special? What helps me to just feel it within 5 minutes? And what makes this so unique in terms of other products out there? Because let's be honest, there's so much out there. Also good products. There's also a lot of crap out there. But why should I maybe consider Fitline? And he said, one thing that is super unique for these products is the NTC concept, and they call it, nutritional transport concept. I always say smart delivery system. That's how I can really feel it. But it's the same concept. It says it delivers the nutrients where they're needed and when they're needed to the cellular level 5 to 10 times faster and better. And so, that makes sense that I felt the Activize so quickly. And so, because this one guy said, it is not so much of what you eat, but it is of how much of what you eat really gets down to the cellular level, because that's where diseases or either also, health takes place. And I was like, okay, that makes sense, right? And that's why cleansing of the intestine, etc. So, it kind of clicked in my head. And one thing that he also said is that's why he was very, very, let's say, passionate about is the sports references that the company has. And by the way, I'm going to talk about the company that makes this a little later because it was important for me too. But there are so many like professional athletes, like over thousands of professional athletes using this. Also like organizations that trust these products and give it to their athletes. And I was like, if they give it to the athletes, they have to be experts and nutritionists to really prove this first because they can do this. Because I know just from my own experience, they have to be doping free. Otherwise, you can't use them in any sports. And yeah, they all are on the Cologne list in Germany, which means every product that the company makes is on the Cologne list and is doping free, which is amazing to me. And of high safety and really effectiveness for sports. And so, as well, one thing that I said, because we know it all from the sports area, there's a lot of sponsoring taking place. A lot of these high name athletes that are taking these high, let's say popular brands, sports brands, and they're getting paid for it. I mean, millions. We're talking literally about millions of dollars that they get for just representing this brand that they might not even really use in their sports. And here there are athletes that really just take these products, they buy it for themselves. They have to. There's no sponsoring with this. And so this is what fascinates me. And so again, this was also very cool. And the products are made in Germany. So I am from Germany. That's my background. And so German quality was always something that I held really, really high and that are high standards. Not sure if you have ever heard about GMP. I didn't. GMP is kind of the GMP facilities is where the products are kind of produced and manufactured, meaning, and that's what I heard and remembered, I think correctly, is like only 3 to 5% of all medications, food is really manufactured in those facilities, meaning there's a lot of like documents the guys have to really take care of to get this approved by GMP to make this really high quality, no pesticides, no chemicals. This was important for me because what do we know from all the, let's say, we could go to the store and buy fruits and veggies, but pesticides, chemicals, this is all taken care of here. And that was really, really cool for me to know. So, and last but not least, you can see on all these packages, actually here it's on the back, let me see here, it's like a QR code. So you can actually go and scan this code and you will see that there's a third-party company that is testing on an irregular basis, just, independently testing the quality and really make sure that everything what the company says is really in there and that it really proves what it stands for. So really interesting. Never heard about this concept before. But in the end, I said, okay, guys, a lot of information here. You're probably thinking the same. I feel like this is kind of a, kind of good company, but still, I don't know if this is going to work for me or not. So based on Daniel's experience, based on the facts that I heard, I just said, you know what? Okay, let me give this a try. I have no idea if this is work. I was still a bit like on the fence, but they said, hey, you know what? If you like to try it out, there's no risk. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee, and that is how you can just go ahead and try it and see if it's something, you like from the taste, you like as a routine daily. This is something you can do. I said, okay, I will do so. So I ordered through a link. In 3 to 4 days, it was shipped to my house, and I could try it out. And one thing they also said, which I really liked, is that you have a community or expert support in case, I had any questions. So it's cool to know what have other people experienced with this, right? Or ask experts about maybe ingredients or whatnot. So I tried this out, and I have to say, with the power cocktail in the morning, first thing, that's what I did. I directly felt the energy again. And I directly felt this like feeling of, the flush and just the warmth, etc. I was like, okay, you know what? They were not lying. Like, this is really serious. This is really something that works. And so I tried it out and it was super cool. And I really felt good that day, had a good mood. And Danny was happy too with me because I was in a good mood. So our relationship got better day after day with me using this, just being in a better mood. My digestion got so much better within 2 to 3 weeks. It just felt incredible, releasing to me to just not have this burden anymore. But also my hormonal issues and just my sleep. I was normally sleeping 8 hours or more. Now I was sleeping 7 hours, still had the same energy. And I was like, hey, this is amazing. And I really got more and more open to this. Like, I opened my heart to this and said, you know what if this not only can help me, but what if this can help others? And I said, I want to learn first about the company, because if I share this, I will want to make sure that I not only understand the product part, but also the company part behind this. So PM International is actually, and I got this brochure from them to kind of, check them out. And so, PM International, there's one guy, he's still, he's the founder and CEO, Rolf Zorek. So he is still owner of the company and runs this, and they're internationally operating in over 40 plus countries. So they're pretty much well known worldwide. You can see here, they're like certain headquarters they have and like literally where they're present. So you can find that out. And they've been around for 28 years. So this is not just a company from yesterday, but they really bring expertise to this and really knowledge. And because they have been really doing a lot of research, because there's a whole expert team that is taking care of really making sure that this concept here is kind of really according to the latest scientific standards. They have won a lot of prizes, like the top innovative prize, because they do work together with you can see that here, for example, the LIST, which is Luxembourg Institute of Science and Technology. And also they work together with the University of Austria, which means there are those institutes that are partnering up with this company to really make sure this brings all what it, needs to bring to us, so that I, let's say as a product user, can really use this and feel safe about it and don't have to worry about anything like safety or quality. And another part is that, with every product that I take, like for example, the Optimal-Set, with every Optimal-Set that I purchase, I actually give an hour of life to children in third world countries that are not so fortunate as I, who have maybe, for example, clean drinking water, have educational system. And so they take this to support with World Vision, support other like countries and cities, and have sponsorship of children. And so it's cool to be part of this and to not only do something for myself, but also give a little back to other people out there. And one thing that I have to say to their growth, because I think it's so interesting to just see this development. I mean, they've been around for 28 years, and just last year, or in general, just recently, they've done the 1 billion mark in sales. And with that, they catapulted themselves to the top 10 of over 22,000 companies in direct sales. And I mean, right now, they're actually the fastest growing company in Germany in that segment of health, fitness, wellness, and beauty. And to be honest, after, I looked at some reports, this industry, like beauty, health, fitness, wellness, is still the 21st century business, which is kind of growing and growing. So that means the company is positioned with 28 years with just their fast growth right now. And in general, just having this market they're in, they're positioning themselves for us for a great future, because I don't consider, for example, like this company only for myself, but what if my, the next generation can also participate in this. And so for me, it just says it's a sustainable, reliable company that even is more safe than most of the German banks in terms of security, financial security. And so they're very stable. And this was very, very high value for me to know this. And so finding out about this, and with the products and my results and hearing about the company and doing all my research here, I have to say that I decided, what if I can share this with my family and friends and really become a health ambassador with them? Because at that time when I heard about this, Danny and I already knew we're going to move to the United States. And so what do? I left all my job. I quit everything I had in Germany. So I had to build a complete new life. And I said, what if I can just have that extra 500, back then it was euro, to just, pay an extra flight to go to Germany and just, visit my family. And that's all I wanted. That was my why to just start this and become a health ambassador. But I quickly realized that, I had those products for free within the first month, already had those refinanced. And then I had those $500, on my side by just sharing what I love, right? I was using this every single day. I just knew what it has done to me. I was talking to people about this, just sharing samples or whatnot, sharing information, and they all were so excited too. And so I had this 500 euro to just go and buy a ticket to surprise my grandma for her 80th birthday. And otherwise this was very quick after we moved, and otherwise I would have not been able to do this. And so I'm so thankful that I said yes to something that has enabled me to just feel more independent as well from my husband, first of all, but also to have something, no matter what comes up, like extra costs, like daily things, going on vacation, I have that freedom to just say, you know what? Yes, I can do this. I can say yes to life. I can say yes to different things where I was not able to say yes before. And so this is why I'm sharing this. This is why I really said yes to this possibility, because in the end, and that's what this guy also said, we don't know what yes will really change our life, because sometimes we're just one decision away from really completely changing our lives. And I said yes back then and made a decision to give it a try and see if this works out for me. And I mean, years later, I'm still sitting here and being the total skeptical wife, now being a passionate health ambassador of this. And so that's why I'm here. That's why I'm sharing this. And so, I don't know if this is something that you can possibly consider for yourself, or, something that you said, no, I go next. But I wanted to take this video and just really quickly share something that I'm very passionate about that has helped me to change my life. Maybe it can do the same for you, maybe not, but here you go. I hope this was helpful, and make a decision for yourself as well and see what it can do for you. Talk to you soon.